What's up everybody, how's it going, and welcome to this episode of Car Rant. Today is a very special day because we're finally going our first ever overland tenting camping trip in the Pajero. I'm so excited. I've waited a number of years for this, and today it's finally gonna happen with my little Frenchie boy. Hit that right, Bubba. Hit that right. Yeah, hit that right. Today we're headed to a town called Lovettsville. There's a campground there that's allowing us to drive up specifically to the campsite so we can actually go and do our tenting thing. But it's also allowing me to bring my dog. There's a couple of stores nearby, so if I need, say, like water or more ice, I've got it. We're gonna be there for 5 days, 5 long days here in the middle of September. And I couldn't be more thrilled. I couldn't be more thrilled because I have waited such a long time to do this. This Pajero is basically bone stock, so me taking it out the way it is kind of a really cool bench test for me to know just how good is this truck really. I know I gushed over it in my last review of this thing, but having owned it and driven it even more for the last month or so, I really have fallen very much head over heels in love with this truck. And now I finally get to use it for what it was meant for, and that's just getting out there, doing the stuff, getting in the stuff, getting dirty, maybe dusty, sandy, whatever. No matter what you throw at this thing was built for it, and today we're going to see just how built for it is. From what I understand, this area has a bit of rocky terrain to it, so I don't think I'll need the traction plates for like sand and snow and mud. On top of this, while there has been a lot of rain, the particular area that we're looking to settle in is not going to be very muddy. In fact, it's going to be very, very much solid ground, loamy soil with a lot of moss and such, so it's going to be a good time. Yep. Oh man, it's like rock crawling to get to this site. This is amazing. Oh, this is cool. Got a little washout ridge area. Yeah, that's the Pajero. Yeah. All right, guess what, Bubba? We're here. But you gotta wait until I get stuff set up. What's the matter, buddy? Hey, you a little excited there, bud, huh? We'll get outside? Yeah? We have officially arrived at our campsite. My little man's over here. He's just all so excited. Yeah, give me those kids. So now we gotta get this tent set up, gotta get ourselves situated, and yeah, look at this campsite, y'all. Main trail, the guy will probably roll through every so often. We're gonna put up our tent right in that corner. That way it's not too close to the fire, it's just far enough away. And our tent's a little bit on the bigger side. Doesn't look like it, but it's a bigger tent. Got us a little fire pit with some old cinder blocks, which works for me because I don't have to go get rocks now. I do have some wood, probably get that rolling here in a little while. Got the little stuff for the pupper. We're gonna get him all situated here in a second. And yeah, this place is just, it's huge. Eventually, I think Ish might be coming by to visit. The place is massive, there's plenty of room for activities. I am beyond excited for what the next 5 days are gonna look like being out here in the sticks. We're all set up now. I took Merlin for his first walk. He's starting to get a little used to the idea of us being here. And it's almost picturesque being here, man. I mean, it is, because like the scenery, but like my camping setup almost makes me feel like I should have been in a magazine with all the stuff that we got. And it's all brand new because I spent a ton of money to get all the gear I needed. But this is definitely the R&R after everything with the Forester and trying to get that situated, my living situation, all of this. This trip, I can already tell, is definitely gonna be worth it because I'm with my favorite truck, I'm with my favorite dog somewhere down there. Whoop, there he is. You know, and I'm in one of my favorite spaces, and that's the good old outdoors. I grew up in the middle of nowhere. I lived in a lot of places, you know, lived in New York City, lived just outside DC and stuff like that. But my heart is in the wild because I grew up for almost 10 years in the woods of New Hampshire, and just the good old alpine and whatnot. And this feels right. It feels good. And I'm hoping that some friends will come by and visit me while I'm out here. Not the furry kind, the people kind, because I may be prepared for them, but I definitely don't want to interact with them per se. This is the inside of our tent. Real nice and spacious, real nice and big. I am keeping the windows shut, that way some heat stays in here because it's going to get cold over the next couple nights. And he's, of course, just short enough and tall enough. He can't quite fit in over the thing. He has to kind of airbud his way inside. We've got his bed over there. I'm gonna have a light right here. Gonna bring the Bible, probably have my stuff set up over there. Gonna keep some water in here, non-scented foods, if you know what I'm saying. Stuff that I don't have to get out of the tent in the middle of the night. Just keep ourselves safe. Ain't that right, Bubba? Hey, you excited, bud? We're out here for a few days, man. It's gonna be a good time. From my experience, it's always good to just find the time to get away. You know, our bodies, our minds, our brains are just not built to process the amount of information that we intake when we are living in the cities and being online and whatnot. The access of information that we have to us, it's a little intense, and sometimes you just need time to get out, get away from everything, take a step back. That way you can let your brain settle. You'll be happier, you'll be more at peace, and probably find that you enjoy it a lot more than being out with the people. I'm a social guy, so I already know I'm gonna have issues being out here by myself constantly, so thankfully I still got some cell service, but for the most part, it's just gonna be me and the dog, and we're gonna be able to spend a lot of time together, build a nice strong bond between master and doggo. And I'm really looking forward to meal times, because your boy has a slight culinary bent to him, and I'm definitely gonna have some fun cooking up steaks, pastas, ramen, nice salad here and there. So it's gonna be a good time, good clean eating, or at least not fast food eating, that's for sure. So got my clothes, getting ready to bring those inside. Got some protection in there as well. Got my little chair so I can cook right here, make it real easy. Charcoal grill with the charcoal in the Pajero. Got my culinary set, a brand new, already seasoned up cast iron skillet pan. We've also got my gas stove, that way I can boil some water, be able to make like pasta, ramen, things like that. Of course, firewood, plenty more to come with the fire, because, well, you know, fire pit. I got hot dogs. I'm gonna find a stick. We'll make some hot dogs. Over here, got some of my survival gear stuff, you know, some quick light stuff for fires, my lantern, electro lantern, some of my cooking stuff here, some survival bits and pieces throughout, first aid, rope. I've got, of course, fresh water system, so I can go down to like the river, grab some water, stick it in here. There's a little charcoal cleaner, clean it all out, and it's actually quite tasty. There is a bathroom on this property, but you know, latrine doesn't hurt nobody. In here, all of the food stuff is living in this. So I've got some seasoning bits, some cooking stuffs, bread in my cooler. Got my matchstick out the way. In my cooler, got things I want to keep cold, like my milk is down here. Thankfully, it's not frozen. I've got some meats in there as well, encased in that ice. We've got some good old-fashioned ginger ales. And this, we've got some more stuff from the house. You know, lettuce, some fruits, some vegetables. Like, we're ready to roll. We are definitely ready to roll. I'm gonna get my pot of water ready. That way I can start cooking it on the gas grill, and then we'll be able to actually eat some lunch. Got myself a grade A cup of Death Wish here. Just A little bit of condensed milk, like a Vietnamese coffee, just without using a fan. We got a fire going. The dog and I are just big chilling right now. Just enjoying the nice cooler air. I'm sweating just because I've been running around getting stuff ready and set up. And now that we are able to kind of sit and chill, it's definitely a lot nicer out. And the guy did say, the campground owner did say that there's a chance that it'll get into the 50s tonight. So we're gonna be putting our body heats inside of our tent. That way our tent stays nice and warm. Probably end up putting the roof cover on just to keep ourselves nice and pretty much chilled, but not really warm because of, again, the environment and whatnot. And if I really wanted to, I know I can send somebody to go get me some emergency blankets that are meant for, you know, cold and keep you warm above 32 degrees and stuff like that. But we're gonna tough it out. We're gonna see how tonight goes. If it goes well, then we're good. If it doesn't go well, then we'll see if we can get some help. Cheers. It has been a very long night. I maybe got 30 to 40 minutes of sleep. Just because with the way my tent is set up and whatnot, I just could not get comfortable. My back is tight. My chest was getting pushed out. So I'm definitely tired, definitely sore, and will definitely be taking naps, plural I should say, most likely in the truck. All in all, it wasn't bad. It was not bad. Merlin slept like a champ. I did not. We had something checking out our tent a lot, which, you know, middle of the woods, kind of expect that. But we ended up calling the camp guy because we're like, hey, we don't know what this is, but it's pawed at our tent. It's walking around us. We can hear it moving. Merlin even barked at it. And turns out there are some barn cats that live on the property. So they're just kind of stalking around campsites looking for stuff that people leave behind because, well, you know, scavengers, that's what you do. But other than that, that was probably the major visitor that we had. But we definitely had some, you know, maybe a couple of deer roll through here. I'm looking at the tracks now. There were definitely a few things that were coming through here, and that was kind of cool to hear it all last night. And, you know, after talking with the camp guy, because he came down to spook off the cat, we definitely have a newfound appreciation of how to handle yourself with the animals nearby and if they come to visit. Right now, I need to go find a little bit more wood to get this guy fired up just a bit more, because it is probably around 52-ish degrees outside. It's pretty cold. Merlin's sitting in the tent with the covers on, that way it can stay, you know, relatively warm in there. But I'm gonna go get him some breakfast. I'm gonna get me some breakfast, and we're gonna take a hike. Still got a smoking campfire. I actually threw in some pieces of the, like, starter log, if you will, and I guess those ashes are still pretty hot because that piece has been smoking for a while, which is kind of a good thing because I'm about to get a fire going so I can get some culinary action up in this business. Merlin's just kind of done. He's also a little bit hot because, you know, we're out in the sun a little bit at this time of day, which is good for my solar panels. That Jackery unit, man, I'm telling you, that little dude right there, whew, he is coming clutch. In fact, I actually ran that thing all night long to power my phone, right? That way I could play some music and fall asleep and all that jazz, which didn't end up happening, but it was a good attempt anyway. That guy only lost 4%, and within about 10 minutes, it was recharged. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. So I'm very happy to know that this thing is capable, it's working, and more importantly, it's functional. It's not massive, it's good size, and a nice little hold down for my blanket here. Here we are, we're about done with day 2. To help keep my tent warm, you'll notice I threw one of my blankets on top. It's not meant to be like windproof or anything. The winds haven't been bad at all. So I'm just gonna leave the blanket as it sits, just as a way to cover the top, to help trap the heat in, help use as an insulation barrier, things like that. We do have a lot more firewood this time. I was able to get some from the camp director. That way now through the night, if need be, when I wake up, periodically, you know, provided I don't hear nobody outside, can rush over, throw some stuff on, keep the fire going, stoke it up, things like that. I'm probably about to throw maybe 2 more logs on just to get it nice and hot, get nice and bright. And it's just been very peaceful, very nice out here. And I feel blessed to be out here and doing this and being able to actually take the time to be in nature, because it's been crazy, it's been hectic, and especially after what happened with the Forester, I just needed some time to get away. Originally, I actually planned to take that Forester out, go up into Pennsylvania and kind of glamp it out a little bit, even with it all modified the way it was. But with the Pajero, I just felt like I was more equipped to actually rough it and do the tenting, and this thing hasn't skipped a beat at all. It's been an incredible experience so far. It was actually funny, earlier today when we went out, people were stopping me to ask what this was. People wanted to get pictures of it and check it out and look it over, and I'm like, well, it's full of stuff because I'm currently camping. I'm just in town picking up stuff I forgot, like towels and an extra blanket. But people fell in love with the Pajero, and it was just really cool to see an appreciation for this truck from people that aren't car people. You know, car guys, they get it. You know, it's a right-hand drive truck. It's not a common thing, whether it's English or Japanese or something else. So being able to say that I own one and actually driving it around and putting miles on it and enjoying it for what it is, it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Makes me a proud papa moment kind of thing with this thing. We're gonna prep our campsite for the night because ironically it's only 8 o'clock and it's already this dark outside. Winter is definitely on its way. With as cold as it got last night, we're hoping that this day will not be as dark and cold. We're hoping that we will have a little bit more warmth, because I'm also going to bring in some heating elements into my little tent back there. Let the games begin, because it also sounds like Ishmael will be coming to join us tomorrow. Alright, this is now day 3, and very much excited because our friend, our boy, our other co-host, Ishmael, is supposed to be coming out and camping out with us. So as you can see, our solar panels are here. We're probably going to relocate those a little closer to my tent and give Ish all of this space so that he can actually park up his Raptor, set up another tent, and if our boy Chris decides to come out, we'll actually be able to move his Raptor to the high ground and he'll be able to park it right there as well. Another tent. So yeah, got a little bit more firewood. This morning we have a fire in the morning because of how cold it gets at night. Definitely needed this to warm back up because man, it is chilly. One of the big things for our agenda today, as far as things we're going to do, definitely going to spend some time reading up and, you know, spend time with Jesus, but we're gonna go mudding. I'm very excited. We're gonna check out the trails, because the trail that's here goes all the way around this place, and I want to see the whole grounds, but without walking, because, well, I do enough of that every day. I want to do something I don't normally do, and that's gonna be taking my truck to just go explore this place. Definitely going to make sure that's all cool and that, because I know there are no other campers along the camping route, I'll be able to take my truck and just go. And having seen how gnarly it is past the other campsite, your boy's in for a good time. And we're going to try and get as much of this on camera as possible. Alright, we got the truck in 4 low, and we're going to attempt to go do all these trails. But first, got to throw this truck in neutral. Let this puppy roll backward. Here we go. You ready, Bubba? We're gonna do this. Woo! Here we go, buddy. You ready, Merlin? Daddy's doing something he's wanted to do for a long time. I just now got a super capable truck to do it with. The wheel lockers in this thing are also just super tight. And it really does make driving this truck that much easier in this environment. It's so wild to me. It looks like, oh yeah, looks like they left. There was another set of campers that were literally like directly next to me, just a little ways up. And yeah, wow, this is a big campsite now that nobody's here. You got all kinds of room for people and activity. That's dope. Oh, my first little mud spot. Yeah. Now that I don't have the grade for, so I am gonna roll up this way. Oh man. Woo. Steep. Yeah, it was probably like a 30, maybe 40% grade. That was pretty high, pretty tall. It's so good, dude. Oh man, I need to put the camera on the outside. We're gonna do that again. Are you gonna drive the car now? Yeah? Are you the driver? That was too much fun. Always wanted to do that. Now that I finally got a taste of it, yeah, we're gonna definitely have to do more. But for now, it's time to go into town to get some ice cream with the doggo. And what's really cool is that I actually got the door card translated from the Japanese into English, and I now know how to switch in and out of the gearing for the 4 high, 4 low, and 2 high. And it's actually really easy, really simple. There's no complicated buttons I gotta push, no menus I need to access. I just do it. And I think the coolest thing about it is the fact that it just does it. You know, for me, if I want to disengage the wheel lockers once I go into 2 high, all I have to do is put it in reverse, let it go back about 10 feet, and the diff locker disengages. So even now, as I'm going through some rough stuff to get back out of the campsite, like, it's doing fantastic, man. I did not think nor expect that an OEM truck could perform this well with these types of conditions, and the fact that my tires are now like coated in mud. So I honestly just did like 3 or 4 laps of what you just saw. You good, buddy?
Crikey, a real life Merlin out in the wild. Look at him as he roots around.
Searching for leaves.
Mushrooms.
Oh God, I hope not.
Anything at all.
At this point.
He's a live beast. I'm gonna touch it.
He's like, you want to go, bro? You want to square up? Come on. I need that in slow motion. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So yeah, it's the 4th day. And, well, how did you sleep last night? Because you showed up real late. That's why we didn't bring out the camera, because you wouldn't have been able to see crap.
Awful.
Slept? Question mark? Question mark?
Honestly, so I slept in my truck.
Yeah.
Which wasn't bad, honestly. It actually went better than I thought.
Yeah.
I had a mattress, an air mattress that I was gonna blow up in the back seat, but I have the short cab, so like,
that's right.
it really didn't fit. Like if I had a bigger cab, probably would have worked.
Yeah.
So I ended up deflating the air mattress, and then I shoved the seat belts like into the socket hole. So like it was fine. Like when I laid down, it was fine. And I'm actually like a pencil sleeper, anyways.
True.
So like it worked out. But the part that did suck, it was freaking hot.
This guy's over here being a guard dog every single time you moved in the truck. He's just like,
my windows were closed for a portion of the night, and then I rolled them down to get airflow.
Yeah.
But like one like leaf touches the ground. Like, yeah, I'm talking about you.
So having now experienced off-roading with the Pajero and with the Raptor, just to get it here at least, you definitely gonna kit yours out now, yeah?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, try and get some fall camping in before the seasons change.
Yeah.
But even maybe we could like really man up and do some like 1 or 2 winter nights.
Do a couple wilderness days.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. It's a cool area, and like I don't know, it's just cool. Just I want to say roughing it, but I don't know if this is necessarily roughing it.
I mean, it's pretty close. The only way this is not roughing it is if we started growing early.
I think the thing that we did learn is that we need to be prepared.
Specifically.
I say we, because I mean there was some things.
Yeah, tongs being one of them.
I know I don't have any room to talk, but I'm just saying like
there are a few things
collectively as a unit.
As a body.
I think we could last a lot longer and have a lot more pleasurable experience with some, and not like I'm not saying like bougie air conditioned tents. I'm just saying like a table.
Yeah, because that's all I got. Because that's all I could fit, right? Whereas like if
I will say this for solo camping, like just him, like this is perfect. He has a perfect setup for just him. Once you add more people though, it starts to get more
complicated.
He has like 1 fork, 1 knife we had to share.
Yeah, the knife is
No,
somewhere.
he had multiple forks. We only have 1 knife.
Yeah, I have a whole series of plastic cutlery in the back of that, but yeah.
But all in all, it was
genuinely a good experience.
It was a great experience. I enjoyed it. Makes me want to get my truck up to spec, get all my gear, and like really do it again for like a longer period of time. And
oh yeah, dude, you could do like a whole week-long bit.
Yeah,
he'll probably have to live somewhere else for that time frame because
he's a bougie dog. He's a city dog.
Well, that and he can't exactly handle the elements that well. If we did like prairie camping, he'd probably be set. You know what I'm saying? Like open plains and whatnot.
For sure.
But the woods stuff is just kind of getting to him. Because no one's actually seen you nor heard from you in a long time. General thoughts on the Pajero?
It's cool, man. It's got that cool like 80s like ugly cool thing going on, you know?
Super truck. Hey buddy, where you going? We're trying to have an interview here. What are you doing?
All these woods. It's cool, man. The inside's cool. It's got a lot of personality. It drives really good. It's like a go-kart for off-road.
Really?
Like that's legitimately what it feels like. And the fact that you can like see the end of the nose, like
just to know where
like
you're
you
going.
can literally get super close to stuff because you know the limits are so obvious.
Yeah, the bull bar is literally the end of the
I mean,
truck.
the right-hand drive thing is really cool too.
Yeah, but like it has a platform.
Yeah, so much potential.
Oh, I mean, as is though, like it's just really good for a solid, just out of the door truck.
We just need some work wheels.
Yeah, we need some fat boys, or at least fatter boys, because as you can tell, that's like the same width as my like first set of Evo wheels, the 17x7s. That's not that wide.
But the tires are holding up good. For
oh yeah, these Yokohama Geolanders are actually pretty solid.
I think they're. I mean, it's got a lot of life on it, but I think it's an older tire.
Definitely is.
Sorry, I just got kamikaze by something.
By a stink bug. I think it finally fell. But yeah, man, super proud of this truck for just being.
And it looks dope.
Oh yeah.
Like aesthetically, it's just cool looking.
All right, admit it. If it didn't have the bull bar, it wouldn't be as cool looking.
100% true.
Yeah, that's exactly why I bought it.
It would look like a grocery getter.
I mean, super tank still, but like the bull bar makes a difference.
The bull bar really
pushing it.
They're elevating it, yeah.
Big time. And then there's this guy.
Stock plain Jane.
I mean, so is this technically, because that's Mitsubishi parts all over it.
This is going to be an overlanding machine next time you see it. Not next time, but...
We'll definitely have to document it, because the channel hasn't had
Oh, keep an eye out for a tire review.
Oh yeah, this man's got some Falcon Wild Peaks. Is that what it's on?
Nitto Terra Grapplers.
Oh, a different set of Nittos.
Yeah, that's not the Ridge, but the Terras.
Because the Ridge Grapplers are still one of the best videos we've ever produced, as far as like viewership and like whatnot. So yeah, definitely excited to see what these feel like. Get a nice solid review in. Although not a different day because we're both dog tired.
And there's a dog who's also tired.
Yeah, we're all sleepy. We're ready for a real bed. Been out here 3 days, 3 nights, 4 days. Decided to start packing up because I think we're going to head home today. We were originally going to stay an extra day, but man has to go to the DMV because Evo things.
Merlin needs a bath.
Desperately.
No offense, Merlin.
You're still adorable and soft, but you're also
good
dirty.
thing this isn't smell-o-vision, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, yeah. And where is he going?
Merlin?
Hey!
Hey!
Get over here!
Hey!
It's like I'm walking here.
Hey!
Oops.
What are you doing, eh? Huh? You
Come
walking
here.
in?
Come here.
Hey, what are you doing, eh? Yeah.
Look at that boy.
Yeah.
Look at that big boy. And just like that, our little camping adventure is over. I unfortunately got to get home because we got calls from more saying that they need paperwork for the Evo so they can get stuff broken in. Which obviously, you know I'm going to be about it because we haven't had the Evo back in a very long time. And this is a great leap forward for us to get the car back running at good power levels. And I'm just so excited. Very excited for the near future. And I'm very glad to have been able to take this little trip to just R&R in the middle of nowhere. Spend some time genuinely just relaxing, being in, you know, just beautiful countryside and forests. And I know for a fact that I definitely am blessed to have done this. I felt like this was something that I needed to do for a while, and it was a godsend. It was definitely a God thing that I could go out here and do this. I spent some time with him, and it felt amazing. And of course, Merlin absolutely loved it, being able to be outside a bunch. But I know he's definitely over it. He definitely wants to go home. He wants to see his friends. And he definitely wants to see his groomer friends because he is dirty. I 100% agree with Ishmael. The Pajero is amazing off-road, and it definitely was the right pick for this very endeavor. I've wanted to do this for a long time with maybe one of my modified cars, but I don't think any of them would have been able to handle the amount of abuse that this thing can take just with what we were doing. And I know that there is far more treacherous terrain out there than what we were dealing with. But that was definitely sufficient enough a test for me to say that these things are incredibly good, incredibly solid, and very much tank-like, and are go-karty. Like, this thing is extremely nimble for such a big truck. And I'm still in shock at how good it performs just out the door as it sits right now. It's amazing. But we're definitely gonna get it home. We're all tired, sweaty. We want a nice hot shower. He wants to get a bath because he's all dirty. And this truck is going straight to the detail shop to clean it all up, get all the scuff and gruff off of it, and call it a day, man. I hope you guys enjoyed my little overlanding camping trip adventure. I'm definitely looking forward to helping Ishmael get his setup just completely spec'd out and getting mine officially spec'd out, because as it sits, this thing is bone stock. Not a single mod on it. Unless you want to consider repairing blown shocks with a factory upgrade, a modification, then sure, a little bit of mods. But otherwise, performance-wise, completely stock. And man, these things are good. But with that said, thank you all for watching and being a part of this little R&R journey with me. Like I said, I'm definitely looking forward to doing another one, maybe in the wintertime, maybe in the spring, I don't know. But we're definitely going to invest in things like tires and other off-road items, some of which, I'll be honest, you may or may not recognize from Donut Media's Hilo. I'm definitely going to borrow some of their R&D and research and make some decisions for myself involving this truck, because honestly, they've done a lot of good groundwork for that type of build with the Tacomas, and this is going to be very well sorted if I follow some of their blueprinting. We have a lot of cool content coming up. The officially done setup version of Ian's beam swap will finally be televised. You'll be able to see everything we've done with it, the final products, where it's at, how it drives. You'll be able to actually get a good feel for what that thing is now capable of and where we're going to try to go with that motor setup. We are also going to be doing a lot of work on Ish's Gold 240. Gold 240 is now going to have an RB swap put in, and that by itself is going to be a really fun project. It's going to take a few episodes because we got some work to do in that engine bay. It's rough. And of course, after that, we still got to finish the Forester. After everything that happened with it, we're still not done. So once we get the new transmission we need, we should be able to go back through there and finish up a lot, get a lot of things buttoned up, finished up. But otherwise, it's got to sit for right now. But the big thing, of course, return of the Evo, the return of the Queen. So excited, cannot wait, cannot wait. With that said, God bless you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.